Yo, what's up, people, man? It's your boy King Dion here. NBA 2K19. And what translation difficulty is what I want to talk about. And, something's come to me about not even just this game, also NBA 2K15, 16. I've been complaining about, like, oh, the CPU's doing this cheating and they're getting loose balls and stuff, and now I'm missing layups now and stuff like this, and I'm missing these shots that I was usually making before, and it's like I'm starting to realize that the stuff that goes on that I don't notice, the things that I as a user, am getting away with on the court versus the CPU is also some pretty iffy stuff, because now I'm paying more attention to that, and I'm starting to think like, man, has it always been like this? And Mike Wang and Beluba like to come into Operation Sports Forum, and because people get in there and complain, they be like, man, the CPU's cheating, and they coming back from 30-point leads. And me and my friend like to joke about this, like, 30-point lead. You look, you got about 30 points. Some stuff that shouldn't have been happening was probably happening in your favor a lot more, than you'd like to admit. And that's what I'm talking about. It's just like I'm looking at some of the things that's happening. It's not particularly in this clip. This is about something else that I want to talk about in a second after I get done with this topic here. But there's some things with the loose balls. Like I'll sit here and the CPU will zip to a loose ball, and I'll complain that it happened to me, but really just 2 plays ago, something similar just happened in my favor versus the CPU. So when they say there's no cheating AI, Mike Wang and Baluba, when they say in that in the Operation Sports Forum, I don't believe that there is a cheating AI that's actually cheating. I think there's a momentum system in this game. This game and the ones before it, I think there's just a momentum system, and it's artificial. Momentum in real life tends to come from crafting your way back into a game, and a thunderous dunk or something like that, or just like working your way back in the game, and your team is getting riled up and stuff. And it's just momentum works sort of like that in real life, but in this game it kind of picks and chooses, because it is a video game, and it's, unless you're going to have an entirely different mechanic that when you can trigger it or dictate momentum, based on what kind of shots you're taking, based on what, if you're getting dunks and stuff, and things that rile the crowd up and also rile teammates up. It depends, but this, as it is now, this game and the ones before it is doing it artificially. So the game is really just saying like, okay, it's time for this team to run, team A or B, it's time for them to run, so let's give them things in their favor. And that's what I don't like. Just don't do it randomly, because in a minute I'm really gonna stop. Well, I'm always gonna trip, because like I'm always gonna have the kind of anger. Well, it's not even anger. I don't really get angry at these games, but the like, oh man, I missed that shot. Oh man, you should have made that lip. That kind of anger. But I'm never gonna be like real frustrated the game while I throw the controller at, just like, first of all, I'm a grown man. I'm never gonna do that. I pay too much for this. This stuff costs too much, okay? Like, seriously, I'm not gonna break no joystick just to go out and buy another one. I'm not gonna break no PlayStation or no television to go do nothing. Like, we're all adults here, like, none of these games should be getting you that upset, but, pertaining to the momentum system, like, I just think there's a momentum system in this game, because when this stuff is happening in your favor, of course you wouldn't say anything about it, because it's, first of all, it's a video game, and at the end of the day, you're just looking to have fun with it, so when you see this stuff happening in your favor, like, you wouldn't notice it because of that fact I just stated, but when it is happening to you, it bogs down your experience. Now, basketball as a game in real life is a lot more serious than you would expect it to be on, the video game. When you're playing basketball in real life, that's really about competition. Like, now, a lot of these guys are getting 2K League and stuff, and I have a friend in 2K League right now. One of my best friends is in 2K League competing. When you're talking about competing, you know, a lot of this stuff is not really a game. It's a game by, you know, definition, I guess, when you talk basketball. But you get, even when you're at a local park playing a 21, playing a one-on-one with somebody, that shit is somewhat personal. So it's, you know, this is a lot of stuff you're getting mad at. Like, you get mad at when you're getting fouled. You're getting fouled on a real basketball court, and you know, guys are getting frustrated that you calling the fouls that they're actually committing. You know, that's this because it's a competitive thing. You know, and that's not what most people are looking for when they're playing this game. They're looking for a simulation experience, but at the same time, they don't want it to be serious. You know, and I understand because it's a game. So, yeah, that's my whole thing on that. Like, it's just the reason you don't notice these issues that's happening. You know, well, not the issues, but well, it is issues. But the reason you don't notice things happening in your favor, because at the end of the day, you're looking to play this game to have fun, opposed to in real life, it's just a competition. You know, like I've been in situations on the court, organized basketball, college ball. I've been like in situations like that. That's no game. That's just no game. Basketball was a way out for me at a point. You know, it was just never a game. You know, lose games, get upset, go to the gym, you know, or go to a local park if you didn't have excuse me, you didn't have access to a gym, and put them shots up and train. You know, like it was never a game. And you know, you look at this more as a fun experience, you know, more so than real life, which even the things that, if you're conscious about it, even the things that are happening in your favor on the basketball court, if you're not doing them correctly, you know, and you notice like, man, if I'm going against the higher level competition, then this might not fly. Then you're looking to clean stuff up like that. So, you know, and this clip, what I wanted to talk about was the CPU is really, there's certain things with the CPU in this game. Now, I don't know about NBA 2K17 or 2K18 but I know in this game, with the on-ball defense, the CPU is not cheating you at all. The difficulty getting past decent defenders, because Gary Harris is a decent defender in this game. He's well above average defender, right? So the difficulty is trying to get the defender to shift. But once you can get the defender to shift and kind of get, you know what I'm saying, pass him and get the dude on your hip the right way, they'll let you pass every time. You know, the CPU is not cheesing and staying in front of you. You know, and when it is with a weaker defender, you know, like I was just abusing Isaiah Thomas. His defensive ratings are very low. You don't really have to do anything. You know, it's almost like you're playing NBA 2K18 when you play against somebody like Isaiah Thomas. You know, you just barely have to hit any moves, and I could just go right past. But with Gary Harris, you have to kind of get this guy to shift. You know, and I want you to see me try to put the moves on him right here. You know, this is the highest difficulty level with sliders adjustment, you know, and this game was really to test that. You know, I just want to see, like, man, dude, is it even, because Dazar says, like, he said it in a video, like he said, oh man, the CPU is reaction time is no different on Hall of Fame, you know, and it has different reaction times on different levels. I want to see, look, I'm not tripping about that. I want to see, like, if I have the step on a guy, you know, and I could, and really right here, I had to step, like right here when I ran past him, they would have let me get past him on this, you know, they would have let me get past him. But, you know, I ended up stepping back right here because I thought he was going to cut it off. But, you know, I'm hitting moves here. Bam, I caught him. He got him to shift right here, you know, and going past him, they let me get an advantageous drive animation right here. And this is very consistent throughout the game. You know, if you know how to get these defenders to shift, you know, then you can get past them, and they'll always pretty much let you pass defenders. I have not seen an instance where I got a defender on my hip and then they just kind of slid back in front of me. You know, it's never been that. You know, it happens like once or twice. It happens, well, not even once or twice. It happens more than once or twice. But those are with some defenders that are just so much quicker, you know, than Harden. Because Harden is really like only like a 87. You know, it only happens with defenders with really fast foot speed. You know, while Russell Westbrook, when it gets him, I was able to get past him. Most times there were some times where he can kind of slide back in front of me, but by that time it was a little bit too late and I was already at the rim. So, but yeah, it's not, the game is not really cheating you in that aspect. But You know, it's not, you know, and that's what really made me make this video. I was just thinking, like, you know, this game is not really, you know, cheating in the aspects that it could cheat in. You could easily cheat with on-ball defense, like NBA 2K17. NBA 2K17 had to do that because to help defensive rotations around the rim they were really out of whack, dude. If that game, the driving to the rim was anything like realistic on that game, you just score 100 points in the paint, and it'd be, you know, just now in this 2K. You know, 2K is getting pick and roll defense right to where you just can't just exploit the shit out of it. So, you know, but anyway, I'm in ramble mode now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. But yeah, man, the translation of difficulty, man, like, it's not. I don't really believe that the CPU is just cheating. Like, I just believe that it's a seesaw effect. You know, with momentum is just up and down. You know, you get on your runs, and then iffy stuff starts to happen on your end versus CPU, and then, you know, it flips around. You know, so anyway, peace out, people, man. It's me, boy King Dion. Later.